Alright folks, the next step is I am getting ready to start working my first shelf on the driver's side of the bus. Alright, so what I've done, you see I'm doing some templates first. This is going to make it a lot easier when I cut the wood. Now this is not perfect. It is slightly off, as you can see. However, I believe I can compensate for some of that. The ceiling going up will cover some of these gaps, and I'll be able to sand down the wood when I cut the shape. So I have this back piece here, and you'll notice that I had to notch this section out because I wanted this on the outside to mount, and I haven't quite decided yet how I'm going to be mounting it. Maybe some liquid nail and L brackets, because this will be going down the road and I do not want this to move. Now my other piece, which kind of fell down here, on this side I was a little bit more fortunate in that, totally by accident, I had these two pieces of wood pretty much ended in the same spot. So when I cut out this template, the wood will be mounting on the side of these two pieces here. So my next step is going to be to find hopefully some wood that's decent on at least one side, so I can either paint it, sand it down, or something, and we'll just see how it comes out. Alright, so what I'm doing at this point is I put this first piece up to give me an idea of where I will need to put this back piece across in behind. It will be giving this something to anchor to, as well as the bottom piece. I'm going to finish that and then do the rest of this, and then each side will have something to screw into to hold the shelf. Alright, so I thought I'd kind of summarize here what I've done. I used these initial templates to form this piece and this piece, and they fit really good. Now there's some gap, it's not going to be perfect. I can fill that in with sealing after on the outside. This one I did have to sand down a little bit, so I used a belt sander for that. These were from a large piece of wood, so I used a table saw to trim these so that they are the same length. And I have to come up further than this because this was not as even as I thought it would be. Now what I used to cut the curve on both sides was a bandsaw. And then the last piece I had to do is on this one over here, there is a small section that because of the placement of the wood, I had to cut a notch out, so I used a saber saw for that. I'm sorry if I don't get the names right. Now what I did along the back is two things. To give this something to anchor to in the back, I have this piece here running all across the back. This will also serve to give my base something to anchor to. Here I miscalculated the length of this, so I took a piece of wood as a spacer to give something this to screw into. Now on the outside of each of these, I was able to put two screws on both sides. It is not going anywhere. and I will not have to do any additional screws or L brackets on either side. So there's part one of my driver's side shelf.